I'm going to use the variable n to represent this unknown number. From here, I'm going to represent each of the pieces of the problem with the algebra. So we'll start with the unknown number and multiply it by 4. So that's 4n. And to that we will add -4. And then it says to take 1/3 of that sum. So I want parentheses like that so that I can multiply by 1/3 for that whole sum itself. And then that should be equal to -6. So now we have an equation that we can begin to solve. There's a couple of ways to do this. We could begin by dealing with the 1/3, or what we're going to do is actually distribute the 1/3. So we'll have 1/3 times 4n, which is 4/3 n, plus 1/3 times -4, so that's -4/3. And then that's going to be equal to -6. And it could be helpful if we wrote -6 in terms of something in thirds, right? So we will write that then as -18/3, so that we're looking at thirds throughout the problem. To solve this, we're going to add 4/3 to each side of the equation. So this is where that changing it to 18, -18/3 is important, because you need common denominators to add and subtract. On this side, those are canceled out. We're left with 4/3 n equal to, and on the right hand side we have -18/3. We're adding 4 to that. That leaves us at -14/3. From here we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So when we multiply by the reciprocal, which is 3/4, we'll want to do that on both sides. On the left hand side, all of those pieces cancel out and they give me a coefficient of 1 for the variable, and that's what we were hoping for. On the right hand side, the 3's will cancel and we will be multiplying a negative by a positive, so that gives us a negative, and we have a 14/4. If we wanted, we could also write that as -3 1/4. So that is the unknown value, the unknown number that we were looking for in this problem.